In today's video I'm going to be visiting the English home of Boris Karloff, best known as the Frankenstein monster from the 1930s films.
Boris Karloff, born William Henry Pratt on November 23, 1887 in Dulwich, London. He lost his parents at an early age and struggled with a speech impediment. The speech impediment would later lend an eerie charm to his film performances. Even when he was portraying monsters on the silver screen, Karloff always brought humanity to his characters. Soft-spoken Boris Karloff is often referred to as the gentle monster. In this video I'll be visiting his former home, but also his gravesite.
I'm in the village of Bramshott in Hampshire, and this is the parish church. Boris Karloff is not actually buried in this churchyard, but I thought it was fitting to start the video for a horror icon in a graveyard. Throughout his career he appeared in over 130 film roles. After a successful career in Hollywood, he returned to England in 1965 and settled here in the village of Bramshott. In his final years he spent time tending to his garden, but he didn't completely retire. He continued to accept film and TV work up until 1968. Now, the village and parish of Bramshott has been called the most haunted place in England. Although it's only a minority of the people of the parish who claim to have seen a ghost, it's a significant minority. They've even got names for all the different ghosts. You've got Mistress Butler, who was a former resident of a manor house who drowned herself in 1975. And you're supposedly able to see her walking along the riverbank. And you've got the pot boy, who's believed to have been killed by a passing highwayman in 1772. You've also got the Grey Lady, often seen by the Seven Thorns. I believe that's a pub where she is said to have plunged to her death. And also the Canadian soldier said to have been killed at an army camp in the village in 1915. I've named 4 of them there, but there's actually loads more of them. Even Boris Karloff's former home is said to be haunted by a tall figure. Now, his house is only maybe a 6-minute walk down this road here. I'll go there in a second. I just want to show you this pretty cool bench here. The name of the village on it. Just making my way towards the house now. With these trees hiding the sun, this road is actually quite spooky. Now, Boris Karloff appeared in 80 films before his breakthrough role in the 1931 film Frankenstein. And he was 41 years of age in 1931. There would follow another 2 Frankenstein films starring Boris Karloff. He actually got the part of Frankenstein because Bela Lugosi declined the part. Karloff would later go on to star with Bela Lugosi in 8 films between 1934 and 1945, including The Black Cat, Son of Frankenstein and The Body Snatcher. That was a quick 6 minutes. I'm coming up to the house now. It's in a very unusual location. There's a road on every side of the house. To the left here, to the right, and by the back of the house as well. I guess when he lived here there were a lot less cars on the road, so it was probably quite a quiet spot. Okay, I'm at the other side now. You can see the house a lot better from here. Although he looked big as the Frankenstein monster, he was actually slim and of medium height. This appears to be the front of the house actually, not the back.
Boris Karloff was always grateful for having played the part of Frankenstein. Prior to Frankenstein, he was only appearing in very small roles.
But the part of Frankenstein did take its toll on his health. He suffered from chronic back pain, and his daughter Sarah Karloff believed that this may have been caused as a result of the heavy brace that he wore as part of his Frankenstein costume. He was a very keen gardener, and there's a little garden in the front part of the house there. Caution, ducks. It's certainly a nice house in an unusual location. Just spotted something here. Seems to be like some kind of entrance here. There's two pillars, although one on the right is completely covered in ivy. And some steps going up there. So I don't know if there used to be a house on top of there, or I don't know. Okay, that was Boris Karloff's former home. Now I'll go to Guilford Crematorium, where we'll find his very modest final resting place. I'm now at the Garden of Remembrance section of Guilford Crematorium. Boris Karloff's ashes are buried under a rosebush, and I believe he's in section number 2.
Karloff had been a long-time heavy smoker. In late 1968, he contracted bronchitis and was hospitalised. He died of pneumonia on 2nd of February 1969. Boris Karloff lived to be 81.
And here it is. It's the one with the yellow rose. In loving memory of Boris Karloff, died 2nd of February 1969. Karloff was a true gentleman, a quiet man off screen who was well read, loved drinking tea and tending to his roses. It's hard to think that such a icon is buried in such a simple grave here.